Let me start this review by saying that acting skills can really turn a movie around. That is, if the plot or the writing of the movie is not that great, but the acting is just stupendous, then it will completely better my opinion towards the movie. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching Johnny G Movie Reviews, and let's get started.
I'm looking for a job.
So this movie takes place in LA, and we can see our main character doing some pretty dirty work to get some money in the very first scene. He's a pretty scraggly, grungy looking man about mid-30s who's seeking out all of LA to find a job. One night, when he's driving on the highway, he pulls over to see the most recent aftermath of an accident. Suddenly, then his attention goes immediately to the news crew that shows up quickly to the scene. He immediately becomes intrigued, and immediately starts from scratch to start his own film company, where he can sell his footage of nightly accidents to a news station. But as his business grows, we begin to see more and more of this man's personality and drive. He will do anything to get good footage, from rearranging a crime scene to putting anyone's life in danger.
Who am I? I'm a hard worker. I set high goals, and I've been told that I'm persistent.
And I'm thinking, the television news might just be something I love, as well as something I happen to be good at.
Okay, now this is the category that I'm extremely eager to talk about. Let's begin with our main character, Lou Bloom, who is played by the very attractive Jake Gyllenhaal. However, he is anything but attractive in this movie. From his long greased back hair, to his awkward attire, and the absolute lack of any meat on his bones. Seriously, you can tell Jake Gyllenhaal committed to this role. The usual physique he has made himself known for is completely gone. You can tell from the very first scene how skinny he was just from how concave his cheeks were. But Lou is very much socially awkward with the intelligence to back it up, and always being the one to be in control of a conversation. This character is what made the movie for me. I was originally excited to see this because of how much Jake Gyllenhaal impressed me with his acting skills in the movie Prisoners. He completely lived up to my expectations. Things like how he intensely used eye contact with those bug eyes that he has, or just that creepy smile that would slowly grow on his face. Okay, there are three other characters I will mention. The first one is Nina, the news director of the news station that Lou would sell his footage to, played by Renee Russo. She also is quite driven to get a great news story. The second is a man played by Bill Paxton, who happens to be Lou's competition as a Nightcrawler. Lastly is Lou's very unintelligent pushover of an assistant named Rick. That pretty much sums it up.
And that good people who reached the top of the mountain didn't just fall there.
As for the music in this movie, unfortunately, I was unimpressed. There's not too much to say other than the fact that the music was just too quirky at times when it shouldn't have been. Times where it didn't match the scene. And I believe they were trying to use the music to get a quirky kind of atmosphere with a little comedy and Lou's awkward personality. However, it just didn't all tie together.
The motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket!
Alright, so even though I was really looking forward to this movie, my overall opinion is that the writing was average, despite there being some interesting and exciting scenes. But Jake Gyllenhaal's acting is definitely not something that you should pass up seeing. He most certainly would have been nominated for an Academy Award if the movie had proven to be better. With that being said, I give this movie a 6.5 out of 10, which falls under the category of not bad. Right smack dab in between good and completely average. And that's it for this review. If you guys are interested in looking at my rating system, just scroll down, it's in the description box below. Please subscribe, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.